there, welcome back. We now have pelvic floor position. So if you haven't yet done the breathing video, I encourage you to go back, learn the breath work because it will really layer into the pelvic placement. We mentioned in the breath video, when we have those deep support muscles like this zipper, this pelvic floor lift, zipping a pair of skinny jeans, this belt, corseting of the rib cage, the lower back is way more supported, and there's just this optimal core engagement. Let's get started. So coming on, so the pelvis, it can move in multiple ranges of motion. The pelvis can tip, the pelvis can hike, the pelvis can rotate some. Today we're going to look really at the tilt in a way that optimizes that core engagement. So if you've ever been to a yoga class or a fitness class and they have you doing ab exercises and all you feel is your lower back, this practice is great to really integrate in so we can keep it out of your lower back and learn how to really use your core. So as you come down, as always, you can use a pillow under your head or a little blanket under your head. But we're going to take our hands into a triangle. So let your index fingers come together and let your thumbs kind of cross. And you'll bring those index fingers onto your pubic bone. So go all the way down. When I work with women in person, they won't go all the way down. I want you to rest your index fingers on your pubic bone. And from there, you'll feel the heels of your hands resting on your hip bones in the front there. Can you feel that? A neutral pelvis, which is really optimal for our lower back. If we're sitting in a chair or we're walking a lot, we want to encourage the pelvis to be neutral. When we have a neutral pelvis, these 3 points, your pubic bone and your 2 hip points, are level. So just kind of play around with that for me. Maybe you feel like your pubic bone is resting higher than the heels of your hands, or maybe the heels of your hands are resting higher than your pubic bone. See if you can create a level plane with all 3 points. It will feel like you have a little hollow in your lower back or a natural arch of your lower back. Good. Now just take a couple deep breaths there. Notice maybe where the back of your pelvis is resting on the floor. Like I feel a heaviness in my tailbone. I don't really feel a ton at the top of my, what's called your sacrum. So just kind of note where you're at. This is called neutral. Imagine in neutral, you've got this little cup of water, cool water or warm water, whatever feels nourishing, resting on that triangle, like a little teacup. And then I want you to just gently, ever so slightly, tip the water towards you. So you'll feel your tailbone kind of lift. And then inhale, tip the teacup to neutral, to level, no tea spilling. We're not dishing out any tea here. Now we're going to dish it out. We're going to let the tea kind of, or water kind of spill towards you, towards the ribs, towards the torso. Little lift of that tailbone. This is called imprint. When we imprint, it's easier to access the lower core. So for beginners and intermediate students, and just in general, it's good to know, we want to work more in imprint when we're have our feet in the air. So let's try a little exercise here of working with the abdominals. What you're going to do is inhale neutral. So find that little level teacup. And then as you exhale through that straw, I want you to think zip up, the pair of skinny jeans belted in, low back kind of comes towards the mat, teacup spills towards you. There's a lot going on. Inhale, release that, find neutral. Exhale through the straw, zip up, hug in, little water splashes towards you. Add one more like that. Inhale, find your neutral spine. As you exhale, zipper up, hug in, water kind of tips towards you, and hold it here and imprint. I heard a teacher just a couple weeks ago say, imagine you have little marshmallows resting under your lower back and you're just kind of giving the marshmallow a hug or a kiss. You're not smashing them down. But we're going to stay here and imprint. You might already feel your upper abdominals a little bit more. And then let's just stay, breath in. Exhale, zip up, corset. Float your right leg to tabletop. Stay here, inhale. Left leg to tabletop, exhale, zip up, hug in, float that left leg up. Good, and just pause it here for me. Hands can come by your sides. Take an inhale, and then you're just going to exhale, reach your right leg forward on that diagonal, pubic bone to belly button, zip up, and then inhale, tabletop. Exhale, straw. Exhale out through a straw, zip up, hug in. Using your core, float your left leg forward. Inhale, return. Stay here. Exhale, zip up, hug in, reach. Inhale, bend. Little marshmallows under that lower back. We're little lift of our tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, zip up, hug in, reach. Good. Inhale here. Let's add some support. We're going to hug our right knee in. Lengthen that left leg out and then switch. And I want you to now exhale, like a quick exhale, reach, reach. See if you can zip up, hug in, 8, 8. Yes, keep zip, hug, 7, 7. There's a little marshmallow that you're kissing under your lower back, 6, 6. Maybe you lift your head and shoulders, 5, 5, reach, 4, 4. Use that exhale, zip up, hug in. I know it's so many cues. 3, 3. Just keep that pelvis super still. Little lift of the tailbone. 1, 1, and then release it. Let the head and shoulders come down. Maybe rock side to side. Plant your right foot, hug your left knee, roll all the way up. One more exercise like this. So we just did that triangle. Pubic bone to hip point. That is neutral. That's where we want to be. Say you're seated up at a desk or you're seated driving and we've got this vertical triangle now. Your hip bones are stacked over your pubic bone and you can take your hands on your shins or you can reach them out in front. But see if you can feel that. What we'll want to do is this. What I want you to start to do is feel that little lift of your low back, this little arch, with your sitting bones and pubic bones straight down. So this is neutral. Take an inhale, float your arms up out in front of you. Now I want you to exhale through that straw, same zipper, same belt, and roll just off the back of your sitting bones and pause. We have a little now curve. They call it a C curve in Pilates. A little curve. Take a deep breath in. Stay curved and then just round over your thighs. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Tail to head start to lengthen. Let's do 2 more like that to feel this pelvic support. So pelvis is neutral. You've got this really nice vertical spine. Inhale here. Exhale, pelvic floor will lift. Belt in. Yes, zipper, belt. Get your zipper and belt on and then start to roll off your sitting bones. Pause it at the back. Everything should be working here in your low core. Take a deep breath in. No pain in your lower back. If you do, message me, round it forward, and then inhale, restack. You can always take hands behind. That will help support the lower back. See if that helps. Take an inhale, last one. Stay for your exhale. Zipper up, so little tampon or holding the pubic bone, drawing it up like a zipper to the belly button, and then belt it in. Roll back off the sitting bones like you're wheeling your pelvis under. Pause here for the deep breath in. Exhale, using your abdominals, round it forward. Inhale, restack. Good. Okay, so there's your pelvic placement lesson, right? Let's review it. We have this triangle. Take your index fingers to your pubic bone, your hands to your hip points. When those are level, whether you're seated up, it's vertical, lying on your back, it's horizontal. We've got a nice optimal position for our lower back. When we're typing, driving, flying, wherever you're like standing a lot in the kitchen, just can you feel that just vertical placement? It doesn't hurt us to move it, of course, but if we have long hours somewhere, that position of the spine is really stable. As we start to work our deep core, rounding through the spine, we really think, now tilt that cup of water towards you. The whole time we've got the zipper, this belt. Now you're empowered with a bunch of tools, how to position your pelvis for optimal core support, for support of your lower back. All I ask you to do is just keep taking the cues, letting them land, experiencing them in your own body, and noticing like, oh yeah, wow, when you do zip up and hug in, there's way more support in your lower back. There's way more across the back of that SI joint that feels like relief. Hi, amazing woman. Thank you so much for joining class today. My name is Mary Sarah, founder of Mary Sarah Coaching and the Soma School by MSC. If you like today's class, the full-length video is housed on our world-class app, the Soma School by MSC. We have teachers, healers, experts from around the world sharing their passion for women's health and physiology. We've got classes, courses, workshops, all good things to support your training, fueling, and optimizing who you are so you can train with your body and not against it. Thank you again, and I will see you for the next workout.